Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Manchester City won, Chelsea won, and wow! What a turn of events! Chelsea turned up at the Etihad with a PE teacher, under 21's coach, and wow! The first half, and today I think whoever coached the game actually got it right, because in the first half, uh, you could see there was a problem. They tried to rely on the tactics they used to do, having wingers, having Palma in that number 10, having Fernandez to push up, having João Pedro, who was dreadful. João Pedro was dreadful in this game. And then you're in that situation, and then what happens? Look at that first half goal. It's even a goal that shouldn't have happened in the first place. But a point away at Manchester City, it's a good point. It's like getting a point away at the Emirates, or getting a point away at Anfield, or getting a point away at Old Trafford. So it was good to see the change in the second half. I think we overall deserved to win the second half. I think we were the better team in the second half. We played well. We moved the ball well. There was no open space in that second half. And Andre Santos, wow. That was good. That was good. He came on. He sat in that midfield together with Reece James. You see what happens when you free up Fernandez into the higher areas of the pitch. Before I introduce my panel, I just want to talk about that, and I just want to touch on that. I think the first half, the lineup was shaky. One thing that I have to say is that I wasn't... Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting a win. I wasn't expecting Jorgensen to actually play well, but he has surprised me. He has really surprised me. And it is really good to see this young guy, this young under 21's manager. These are the kind of games where he'll add it on his CV. By the way, I faced Pep, and I'm the only manager who has played Pep, and I've not lost to Pep Guardiola. There's only a few managers who can brag about that. So I think that under 21 coach might now even get the motivation to try and go and get other titles in his career. Wrong title, brother. I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to fix it. I think it shows Clearlake has brought quality players, but someone like Neto, oh my God, Neto. There was this chance in the second half where I don't know who crossed the ball, and Neto he should have just had a shot on target. It was a goal, and we would be celebrating a late winner. Oh my God, I would like it. I would really love it. Chelsea turn up at the Etihad with no manager and beat Pep Guardiola's title contending Manchester City. Oh my God, that would be a great headline. A great headline. So let me just try to introduce my panel as I try to gather my thoughts in this game. So, hello, Isaac. How are you? You have your camera on, please.
Hi, Tyron. Yeah, I'm fine.
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah. Fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. So the game went well. And so I don't scare to change a manager. It's time to repeat again. I'm not scaring about that. We are there. We saw very positive things. I know in the first half, we had some issue with the midfielder, especially because we play in midfielder James as a sitter. Maresca used to play James in the midfielder, but with Caicedo, with a natural midfielder. But when you rely at James as a sitter, and then you drop Enzo, that was not a good idea. And you saw that in the second half when they brought in Andre Santos, we got a very good balance. And then we could win this game. I don't know. Today, Palma and Neto, they were, I don't know what they hit today, but overall, it was a good performance. Getting 1 point at Etihad, it was good. And in the situation we are in, don't forget the situation we are in. The coach have just part ways, Maresca, and then we play with the U21 coach. So in that context, I'm not frustrated. I'm not disappointed. It was a good performance by Chelsea.
Actually, when you look at the situation, it's a very strong point. It's a very, very strong point, considering that we were not even expecting to get anything in this game. Nobody expected anything. All of us were like, oh my God, it's just going to be like those other games we went to in the Etihad, we lost. So I expected that, but I liked the spirit. The only player who I am still annoyed at is João Pedro, because I don't really understand why João Pedro does not understand that he has to play for the team. Even today, Stone Cold. I like to call Dilap Stone Cold. WWE Raw. He got his usual yellow card, but Christian, how are you? And I see your WWE friend done something when he came on.
First of all, good evening, and that felt like a win. I know it was a draw, but it felt like a win, given the circumstances. You know, to use your words, we had a PE teacher in charge who, in the first half, he looked like he didn't know what he was doing. He was overwhelmed. But I noticed he then started like doing a conference with these two other assistant coaches, and they seemed to work out a game plan. And I don't know what they said at the halftime, but those players, a belief. You know, if we noticed the first half, the second half, there was a belief which came from somewhere. That must have been some pep talk in halftime, because the Chelsea players, it looked like Chelsea we know, but the first half, oh my God, I was just sitting and counting the minutes. Okay, 5 minutes gone, 10 minutes gone, still 0-0, 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. And City, they looked like they didn't want to play. They just looked like they were bored. They just thought this is going to be an easy game. I think their mindset let them down as well. And the Chelsea guys, as time went, they grew with the game, and the defense looked very good. I was a bit shocked that Achimpong got substituted, because I thought he's one of the best players, despite making one error. But that was good. It was very, very good. And compared to what we have seen from in the past 7 or 8 games under Maresca, this at least was a change. It was new wind, different. They tried something different, not the same. And Dilap he's missing the last 3-4%. He is a player there. They just that little bit of first touch, or that little first where he can concentrate on scoring or having a goal, but don't waste your energy on all this handbag business, doing rubbish things and getting yourself booked. That is a waste of energy. You focus your energy on your game. We know there's a player there, but he has to dig it out, or whoever it is, the new manager. And Santos, I will give you your flowers. Santos was excellent, very excellent. So with the new manager coming in from his old club, Strasbourg, Santos, it'll be interesting to see who the midfield will be. Will it be Caicedo? I not even notice he wasn't playing in this game, because we played so well in midfield, and that Santos, Caicedo was actually not missed, which is food for thought.
Yeah, and also one thing I have to say is that I really liked the change in the second half. Sometimes when you see that your wingers do not have the ability to go 1v1, sometimes you have to adapt. Sometimes you have to change. Sometimes you have to go into a wing-back system. I've asked like that. I was asking like if he doesn't know. Look at where the goal comes from. It comes from a wing-back
getting into a wide area and whipping in a cross. And I have been crying for crosses in this team. I've been like, whipping crosses, put the ball in those areas. You never know what happens. You look when you look at that cross, you'll be like, no, probably Manchester City clear that or out. But that is not what happens. They're actually whipping that cross. The defenders miss it, thinking that the far post is empty. And Enzo. I always like Enzo playing in that advanced position because those are the areas where I want Enzo to be. That is where Enzo is always there. That's where he will head the ball. That is where he's going to have a shit house kind of a far post goal. And he did it. Oh my God. I actually thought that Donnarumma had saved it and it was in. And I was asking myself, oh my God, maybe the VAR is about to chop it off. But in that second half, I think there's that chance in the second half in the 50th minute that Neto has. Oh my God, he should have buried it. If Neto buries that, I think we probably win this game. And remember, we don't even have a manager. I'm literally saying that this is a tactical genius from Rhys James. Because even the PE teacher said that, oh my God, I just came, I found them training, I found them active. I really want to thank Rhys James because Rhys James has really talked to these players. Rhys James is a captain, he's a leader. So I think Rhys James might have had a talk with the John Terry, and John Terry told him, Rhys James, you're the captain of Chelsea, and me as John Terry have been in this situation. It's high time that you take the boys by the scruff of their neck, and you can even give them some lecture there. And Rhys James went on, brought everybody into the dressing room and told them that we still have a season to save. Let's try and play. Let's try and get that Champions League football. We are professionals. We don't need a manager. By the way, these players don't even need to be managed.
There you go.
They don't need to be managed. Exactly. You see, there's this thing where, what is the manager going to tell you that you don't know? Is the manager supposed to tell you that you're supposed to press? It's not supposed to tell you that you're supposed to press. I can sit down here in my house and I can see João Pedro costing the team. I can see it. So you don't need a manager to tell you what to do that. You don't need a manager to tell Mr. Stone Cold not to be fisting players on the pitch. He has picked his fourth yellow card. He has not scored any goal, but he's picking yellow cards as shit. Let me read some comments here, and then I will give AM. I'll give you a minute. Let me just go through the title is still show 1-0. Oh, sorry. I fixed that. The coach has done very super subs. Something Maresca missed. The goal for there. I think Hato came on and he was a bit clumsy, but later on I was like, okay, I can see what he's doing. In fact, he made a last ditch tackle. Oh my God, there's this certain goal. Did anyone remember it? They had to tackle.
Cherky was gonna cross it across the 6-yard box, and then he reached and put his left foot on that.
Damn, that was a goal.
Amedi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think it shows Clear Lake has brought quality players, but some like Neto are not on the level. Oh my God, Neto wasn't at it today. And Neto kept on receiving that ball in space down that left wing. I was like, okay, bring me make this friend called Garnacho. There's a name that you used on him. Do not say it here. You can be telling you are going after minorities.
Oh, yeah.
Today has been a positive vibe. Yeah, but then this is one positive result. Let me just say it. People always thought that I would probably go into this game like I want Manchester. I can never want Chelsea to lose the game. I don't care. Even if we were being taxed for supporting Chelsea, I would still not want them to lose a game so that I can prove a point. I thought it would be worse because of the situation going on at Chelsea. True, João Pedro should step up today. João Pedro, I'm just sick and tired of you. The coach today has done a good game management. But the problem is Neto. Was he trying to sabotage our performance or what, bro? He was like playing for Manchester City. I think Neto had a poor game. Even Cole Palmer had a poor game. Palmer kept on losing the ball countless times. Achimpong and Estevao, Santos, Hato, these players are all so good. I'm very excited to see the team with better attackers. I really believe if we had Madueke and Jackson, we would have been better. Then we cannot have every player on the pitch. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, let me start on today's performance. I feel like it's been a good performance considering we had a PE teacher. I mean, I was impressed really by the changes in the second half. Like bringing on Santos, he looked amazing. Hato looked very good. I was actually surprised by the performances. Even Gusto, you see, under Maresca, I've heard everyone talk about the fact that the fullbacks always inverted and they never overlapped. And the first time we see Gusto actually have an opportunity to put the ball in, we score a goal. So I feel like in that sense, I was a big Maresca fan, but that's something that I disagreed with him. And today we just see that we look really good in the 4-3-3. Like the
Thank
midfield
you.
looks really strong. The defense, was so compact. Like sometimes under Maresca, I felt like the defense was just so open. Like
You-
today,
Thank you. Thank you. You are a honest guy. Not
It's
you
like
know
actually
what? You
everyone.
know what?
You are honest and you are a good
After
guy.
you see after you waxed all that hype and all that praise, I was expecting it from you.
But guys, we need to slow down a little bit. Sorry to kill the excitement. But like you have to remember this is a big game. Obviously we're gonna get more space and regardless we always shut up against big games. And people forget, Bruno Sauter in his first game as a caretaker manager, he did draw against Liverpool as well. So just these are important things to keep in mind. It's all good and well having these tactical setups against big teams. It's those games against Leeds where you really show your level. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a decent result for us, but yeah, I mean, let's not sit here and act like the players are still good. I still stand by what I said. They're not good enough. I don't apply that to Hato. I've always said Hato deserves more minutes, but yeah, they're still not good enough in my eyes. It's just because it was a big game today. If they are able to go on a winning run, maybe. Apart from that, I stand by what I said.
To some extent, I'm like, I was watching today the Athletic, and I was listening at the podcast where David Ornstein is. He's one measured and reliable journalist, and he was saying that the Maresca talk with the Manchester City thing. You see that thing after that November break. I think to some extent because of the infighting within the hierarchy of the club. I think that to some extent might have contributed to the poor results in December. Football is just not played on the pitch. There is a lot of things that happen. So maybe you can find the manager was coming to Cobham with a lot of attitude. That's true. That's true. Because if somebody is frustrated at work to a point whereby he's like, no, 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 I can't continue. I'd rather walk out in the middle of the season. I think to some extent that might have actually contributed somehow in the class
Would you
in
guys
the
would you
performances.
guys catch in on Palmer right now?
Oh my god! I want
yes.
to. Yes, pardon.
Yes. Palmer's been really bad. Like I feel like he should have came off. He or Neto should have came off instead of Esteval because I believe with Esteval on that pitch, we maybe could have won the game. I mean, his first touch is off. His shooting is off. He's trying to dribble like Messi, but I mean, he's losing the ball. He cost us a goal today because of his he not keeping the ball. I mean, he's one of my favorite players, but I think we need to have a discussion about him. But I think he'll get back to form. Maybe it's due to the injury. He just doesn't look his old self. I mean, even as Tyrone was saying, I think what has been going on behind the scenes in the club could have contributed to this poor run of form from the whole team. Because when I look at players like Gusto and Hato, under Maresca, they looked awful. Like, we need to be honest. Hato today looked like the Hato we saw at Ajax. We shouldn't forget this was Ajax captain, and today's performance is really strong.
I tend to agree with you to some extent, and I like the wing back role that Gusto is doing, and Neto now has to know how to do some wing back shifts. I think he can be a good wing back.
Yeah,
Neto,
he can. He can be a good winger.
Yeah, I think he can do a good wing back, and then in that midfield we can have Rhys James and Caicedo. Then we can have Enzo, Palma, Dilap.
Man, burn Palmer, bro. His cheeks. Put Estevao.
Put Estevao. Oh, Estevao and Palma in behind Dilap.
What do you mean Palmer, bro? He's bad. Leave him.
Yeah. I think Estevao did quite well when he was on the pitch. Oh my God, that was.
I keep repeating myself. Estevao already at this stage has been figured out. They're not giving me any space, nothing. But this is
but then Christian. The problem is they never give him the ball. Like you see how much they're giving Neto the ball. They don't give Estevao anywhere near the same amount of the ball.
That's because he's never free. He's always two defenders on him. The point I was going to make was that with Estevao on the pitch, somebody like Pedro Neto has got acres of space because there's so much focus on Estevao that he has to step up. Well, even Cole Palmer for that matter. But Cole Palmer, whatever demons he's battling, as you know, you've had such a long injury layoff. It takes a long time before you get back to your old self. It's not just plug and play. There's a lot of psychological, what have you. Not only just the physical, you got to heal, but your mind, your brain, whatever it is, your emotions, they got to heal as well before you actually get back to your old rhythm, the old self. So there's a lot of building blocks here. But going back to what you were saying about Maresca throwing the toys out of the pram, he himself basically shot himself in the foot because he thought that, I'm a winning manager, 2 trophies, I now can be dancing with the board. I can now start dictating to the board. I want this, I want that. No, I keep repeating myself. There's nobody bigger than the club. A manager can always be replaced. Doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how good you think you are, or it doesn't matter how much you think the fans love you and they'll protest. There's nobody in this world who's not replaceable. Somebody will come there, will do the job probably even better than you will. And then that is the facts of life, and he'll go somewhere else, maybe Man City, for all we know, probably flop there. Our PE teacher will probably go be the manager of Bournemouth or something, and he'll probably have success. And then everybody in Chelsea saying, bring him back, and he'll come back and he'll flop again. So this is this circle.
But what I like about the head coach today is that he looked so defeated. Is that the way he looks? Or?
Yeah, he looked very defeated, even when the cameras were on him.
Yeah, he looks so defeated. He looks so humble. When you look at him, you just say, "Oh my God, we are going to get slapped 8-0. These guys."
But he was probably thinking.
I'm starting to be like Christian. I'm starting to believe in those energy things like Christian.
Yeah. Put yourself in his shoes. You're the under-23 manager. When your team goes to play, maybe if you're lucky, there's 50 fans watching. There's no media, no interviews. There's none of us or Sky Sports, whatever, all that. You come to this your first game in charge, the biggest game you could ever think of, Man City. It doesn't get any bigger than that. The focus is on you. They're everywhere. How you walk, how you move, how you scratch your nose, everything. Every single second. Can you imagine the pressure? The pressure of that is crazy. I mean, any normal person, you and me included, we would freeze under this pressure, and this is what happened to him. But I think in the second half, he sort of like got used to it, and he was able to start relaxing. But the first half, he said, "Oh my God, what are all these people, all these cameras? Why are they looking at me? What have I done? No, leave me alone. I'm just a PE teacher. Just leave me alone."
Yeah, he looked like he wasn't trying to give a reaction. I think he was trying to like not do the wrong thing, just stay cool under the camera. Which fair play, I kind of like managers who aren't very animated and nonsense, but just do their job well and leave. So I think that's
Can
the
I,
recipe for success.
can I ask you a question?
Me?
Can I ask you a question, Mehdi?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the starting lineup today, was it this guy? I don't know his name. Did he pick the team, or was it Top Bowley that picked the team?
I
Good
don't
question.
know.
In my opinion, Christian, what I think is that to some extent, I think probably the players just picked themselves up, and they were like, yeah, when I look at this game, I'm like, it is
No,
that
but
game where
what about the
your
substitution?
teachers go. It's like
Did
that
he
time.
receive some instruction about substitution also?
No, I'm not talking about substitution. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm saying, like, this game, I can look at it like there's that time in school where probably your maths teacher has gone. And then now you have a teacher who comes in, but he's not going to be your teacher. Maybe the teacher who teaches a very lower class than yours. So he just comes in to see the way you are revising for your exam. So he's just there, and then you're like, oh, then there's the class prefect. Now it is Rhys James who's telling them, by the way, we have exams coming, so we need to really study and work together so that we can maybe complete this project. And now Rhys James being the captain is like, it's just like Sunday League football where you say, because we need this game is tough, I'm going to start, you're going to start, you're going to start, you're going to start. I think probably Rhys James, in my opinion, I think, because that is what the PE guy said. The PE guy said
I
that
think
he even was shocked when he came to training and he saw everybody focused and everybody training seriously. And he was like, oh my God, Rhys James. Remember how many times he mentioned Rhys James in that press conference?
oh yeah.
He kept on
Actually,
saying
one
James.
player I think who deserves a lot of credit today, which you guys I think are not gonna give credit to, probably Badiashile, because I
Yes.
think he handled Haaland very well. I was actually surprised. He low-key manhandled Haaland, I can't lie. Showed elite
Agreed.
100%.
defending sometimes. His positioning was great. Chalobah as well. Those two were excellent today. I was very surprised. They showed that they can really be elite defenders when called for.
And again, it's like what I said. Like under Maresca, these centre backs looked awful. So was it his tactics that caused the team's defending to look bad, or the players bad?
But the thing is, it's a big game. We have to remember that, especially in scenarios like this, players can either be fired up or deflated. I think that can also be a big factor because we always turn up for big games. Yeah.
Maybe I will disagree with you. You see
Okay.
the question by Hehem, I can ask in the harder form. Tell me, in which game have you seen Liam Delap as today?
Yeah, that I'll agree. The lap looked a lot fired up. I was very impressed by him. That I agree. The lap I give you credit for. He was excellent. Very, very good.
So I
He
think
almost started
in the
fighting though.
management something changed, and it boosts some player. In this situation like this, don't worry. There is some player who were not good under Maresca. They will be good under the new manager, but some also were good under Maresca. They will not be good enough as they were.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, when you look at this team, it is primarily built for counter-attacking football. A lot of the players are just really fast. They're really physical. They're really young. It's basically a team made for counter-attacking football, in my opinion.
But I mean, even if you look at the shape of the team today, the 4-3-3, we look so solid in midfield.
Yeah,
Like that
Santos,
double
man.
pivot,
Wow.
the double pivot was really leaving us exposed. And it also goes back to this: the defense looks better because the midfield was better.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent point actually, because now you have three men protecting the midfield.
Something else which I can highlight is what under Maresca can set up a team, give a lineup, but during all the game, we will going to repeat the same things. Even if we don't score, even if it adds, he will still repeating same things. Give the ball to the winger, and the winger will try to take on the defender on 1v1. We were keeping doing all the game the same system, but today you see during the game we try packing the bus as Christian is saying, it doesn't work, and then we change, we move to other things that will not happen, could not happen with Maresca anymore.
And I
Mm,
agree, especially when we talk about Gusto being a wing back. I mean, he absolutely skinned O'Reilly for that goal. Like, wow. And also, I think Enzo, I had, look, honestly, I get Maresca's plan, but there are some players which I was like, why there, why there? Like, Gusto inverting, I kind of get the system. Enzo, I get, he just looks better deeper, you know? That three-man
but
midfield.
you see to some extent also. Sorry, maybe to some
Mm-hmm.
extent, the days when we used to, there was a days we used to rely on wing backs, and then you don't have wing backs. What I generally say in football is that you just need to adapt. Sometimes, if you have very good wingers like Estevao, and probably you have another Estevao down the right, then you can decide to go 1v1 with your wingers because you know very well that they are so good in taking on their fullbacks. But if you have wingers like Neto who are not good at that, sometimes it's just good to go with wing backs.
You have Neto and Michael Jackson on the other wing.
But
True.
could I ask another question? So could it be now? You know Pepsi. He knows Maresca because obviously Maresca is his son. He's trained him, so he knows all his tactics. He knows probably game plan and everything. Could it be Pepsi didn't expect Chelsea to play this way? He probably had no idea what the PE teacher was going to set, how he's going to set it up, and maybe Pepsi was a bit, not ready for the start. They didn't prepare for the way, especially the second half, the way Chelsea was going to play because City looked like they were all over the show in the second half. I thought, what is going on here? This doesn't look like the dominating Man City. And but still, the first half. No, let's not forget the first half. The first half was dreadful from Chelsea. That is, I haven't seen a bad first half like that in a long, long time. But the contrast from the first to second half was night and day. So you have to give him his flowers, the PE teacher there, or him or his team. And where did Maresca take his entire staff with him when he got fired, or did he leave some behind? What happened to Willie Caballero? Is he still around? He's the one who I thought would be caretaker manager.
Only the set piece coach who is in the club now. All the rest have gone.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, deserve. I would leave as well if my head manager left. To be honest, it makes sense.
Oh, why?
But to be honest,
If they offer you the job, you're gonna leave.
no, I mean like if I'm not gonna it's more than that. The thing is, I don't know how Rosenior's system is gonna fit. Rosenior is probably gonna bring his own staff. So like if you're with Maresca, right, he probably still wants you, but then if you stay back and Rosenior wants a different set piece coach, you could have a problem. You get me? Because now he has members of his own staff. Because Maresca is most likely going to find another job.
You still in Italy, maybe not England. In Italy, I think Juventus wanted him at some point.
I think it'd be good for Juventus. Yeah, it'll be a good manager for Juventus.
You can even get the Manchester City job. Sometimes it's also not good just to look down on Maresca because he had a poor time, especially in December. The season was going quite well. In fact, it is only December that we were poor. By the time we were playing Arsenal, if we won, we would just go 3 points behind Arsenal. So he's a manager who
and you have to remember the red cards.
Yeah, and also remember that he fell out with the board, so that it resulted in that. It's not like he's a bad manager. It's just that it's Chelsea.
I think also Maresca is too one dimensional. Like sometimes he needed to change up the play, like allow Gusto to overlap. Like today, Gusto, you see that goal he scored. That is Gusto under Poch. That's when he was at his best. This inverting thing, I feel like sometimes, especially like with our young team, you need to go back to the basics. 4-3-3 overlap. Keep it simple. When the players are more mature, more intelligent, you can make them invert, or they can decide when they want to invert or overlap. But he just did the same thing over and over again, and we got figured out. Because if you look at it, all the small teams knew that you play a back five against Chelsea, and we basically don't get any chances. And even going back to the point of a bad first half at Man City, we didn't have any shots on target. But let's not forget with Maresca, there were also other first halves where we didn't have any shots on target.
Godfrey, I'm seeing Godfrey in the comment section. I even forgot to add him to the group. Let me share the link to him. Godfrey, can you join? The Isaac really wanted you here.
Yes.
He has some.
God
He has some debt with you to
it's
send.
going to end now another boring life as last time.
I think another person who deserves credit is probably Santos. I think he looked
Yeah,
excellent in
Yes,
that
of course.
midfield.
Of course. Definitely.
The coach today has done good game management. Somebody dropped off. Is Christian. The coach today has done good game management, but my problem is NATO. Yeah, Godfrey is here. You can ask your question, Isaac. Let me just read these comments and then you can prepare your question. Achengpong and Esteval, Santos, Hato, these are good players. If you watch back the Enzo goal, our worst player does not make that. It involves some subtleness. Yeah, João Pedro probably doesn't score that. He probably sees it saved by the goalkeeper and then he'll just throw his hands like this. He just all that Manchester City. As long as we don't lose Pep, I'm happy. As Chelsea, we have a big rivalry. Oh, it has not been a rivalry. It has been one-sided. We've been slapped by Pep since we took the Champions League from him. Palmer in the first half was worse, losing balls. Even in the second half, I don't think he was quite great. If we move with the same spirit to the next game with the Caicedo, Kukurea, and overlapping fullbacks, we may return to our days of winning with big goal margins. Again, step at a time, step at a time. Step at a time. I was scared when I watched the first half. Yeah, the first half we were being dominated. Oh my God, we were being outplayed. It was like we couldn't even get the ball off Manchester City. The board will allow Garnacho and other players not to play deliberately for the next few games so that we can shift the spotlight from them to Maresca again. Come on. Godfrey. This might be a big turning point for us after everything that has happened, but we need to give Santos, Reis, Chaloba, Benoit, and a whole lot of players there some credit. Chelsea fans, sometimes we have to be serious. Yesterday, Maresca was not treated right. Today, he was bad. I think we judged too early. Yeah, I think we need to stop being reactionary. I've said that he's not a bad coach. When he had a full season, he did what he was asked of him. So we are not saying that he's a bad coach just because we drew away to Manchester City. The best decision today was benching Gittens for a full match. In fact, him and Tosin and Garnacho are the ones who let down Maresca. I think probably Gittens would have offered much more than Neto in that left wing. Let's not forget that we got the same result against Arsenal with a man down. So let's not be deceived.
Exactly. Godfrey hit it on the nail.
Agree. I would disagree with him. It was not in the same context. Yes, we have to look at the context here.
Oh, nobody is having their cameras on. If you can have your camera on, please have your camera on. But so we don't have myself only here. I think that I'm probably losing my mind. I'm speaking by myself. Let's not blame Neto because of his performance today. The same the same moment occurred to him after the loss of his Portuguese brother Jota. So his performance today was affected by his relationship with who?
Mariska, I think.
On this one, I need to interject. Neto is awful. He has no technical ability. I remember when he got the ball on the left. He took a bad first touch. He went forward. He almost fell over. And then Neto has, I don't know, he doesn't have any ball control, no technical ability. He just has pace. He can't do anything. He can't shoot. He can't cross. He can't pass. Like, to me, he's just like, I don't know, a wing back. Maybe that's what he can do. Just run up the pitch and put it in the box blindly. He's not good
Yeah,
at
I
all.
mean,
He's
he just
him and
does a lot of things until it eventually works out.
like he doesn't look like he's a good footballer naturally. He seems like he's always trying so hard, like forcing it. He's dribbling. I don't know. He's the worst. Him and Garnacho are just, yeah.
They're painful to watch. Neto, I agree. Neto will just do a bunch of things, yeah?
Oh yeah, you can finish, and then Godfrey will probably address the questions that Isaac has prepared for him.
Oh, yeah, actually, let Isaac go ahead and ask him. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Godfrey. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, Godfrey. You've watched the game today, this draw against Manchester City. So, the question to you, I want to know what have you noticed different in the management of the game comparing to Maresca, the content of the game.
Yeah, I think if you look at the first half, we really looked like pure underdogs. We didn't have a clue of what we really wanted to do. We just wanted to soak the pressure, but nothing much that we could do. But if you look at the second half, I think the introduction of Andre Santos brought better balance. And I think putting Estevao as a wing back was really a bad choice. And it really affected him a bit for a long period of time, because it reduced his offensive abilities and then he couldn't really step up. But again, in such a game, I think any coach would have chosen Neto for that game because of his hard work. If you look at how Neto and Enzo changed the game, if you check second half especially, the way they were interchanging after introducing Hato, and they knew that Neto doesn't have to go back and track back. So you realize that their interchange with the Enzo really brought a lot of energy on that side. The end product may not have been there, but the amount of running he puts in such a game where you know you're going to be overrun sometimes in the middle, you need that. However, if someone says Neto has been really worse, I think he has been one of the most consistent players we've had so far this season. Because if you go and check the number of goals someone can check there, I think he's one of our top scorers this season. And there are very many games where he has really put in a shift defensively, offensively. There are very many games where he's the only person we've had that is going to bring impact into the game. The only problem that we really forget so fast. And then when a person has a bad day, someone is really looking at Cole Palmer because he's having some bad days, and everybody has forgotten the kind of quality we have in him. And people have been, when Maresca changed him, people are saying he shouldn't change him. Now, today they didn't change him, everybody's saying. So I think we just need to give ourselves time.
Okay, but have you noticed that this December month of Maresca, the team was going down and down again? Do you think that Maresca could catch up in January or February?
I think we went through that.
Actually, let me try to answer this question to Isaac. I think after watching the podcast by David Ornstein today. To some extent, I think the parting of ways between Chelsea and Maresca was the best for both camps. For both camps, it was the good thing because it became a toxic atmosphere where you find the manager has fallen out with the hierarchy, and he feels like his decisions are not being taken in, while the hierarchy are still thinking that the manager should follow certain instructions that is being given by the medical staff. And because you even started to see Maresca speaking even to other clubs, to some extent, his head was not even in that team. His head, his passion probably was not in actually looking at targets and looking at the future at Chelsea. And to some extent, that can actually affect the way probably the training can be, the selection can be, his interaction with players can be, just because we are human beings. So if you probably do not, you have a problem with your bosses, are you going to come to work with a lot of enthusiasm that you used to come with, or with a lot of passion, or with a lot of excitement, or even the hard work that you'll put in? Probably no. But if you're coming into work and you're getting backing, you're getting positive views from your other departments as well as your departmental managers, I think that generally improves the morale of your work and the output of your work. So yes, to some extent, I do tend to agree with Isaac, but I will not allow one result to give me a judgment. If I see Chelsea doing well in 5 games, then I can probably say, yeah, it was the right decision. But again, it's just a draw.
Yeah, you are also right, Tyron. You are also right. But another things which I've noticed today, I think Haem explained it very well. The how someone like Gusto, Santos, and Hato play today. So you can see in their game that they were enjoying that. But with Maresca, it was like tense for them.
Who in particular?
Gusto.
But Gusto has always been playing like this, even under Maresca. I've always seen him. He's not been bad. He's been playing quite well, even in that environment.
No, this
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
This season, Gusto have played a many silly pass which cost us some goals. Even
I
the
don't
way
think many. I
he
think
was
it's just the
defending.
Bayern. I think it's just the Bayern Munich game where he made that pass. Is there any game that he made a pass that led to goal? I don't think so.
So of course, the last game we played, you see the way he defends that with his head. He didn't want to defend in that corner. The last game we played against.
I think that last game we played, the goal that was conceded later on in the game was not as a result of Gusto. It was Garnacho who slept again in the back post. It was Garnacho doing Garnacho things. But anyway, I think the issue with Maresca is done. He's gone. He's never coming back. So even if we sit here and we say Maresca should have stayed, Maresca should have gone, it's already a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, you know the reason why this topic keep coming, because in ourselves in this life, there were some comments saying that if we are like this, it's the players. If we are like this, it's the players. It's not Maresca. So that's why we are coming back to this. Okay, we are going to watch next game. I don't know, as you said, 5 games, and we're gonna judge the players and comparing if they were not improving. Was it the management of the player or not?
The thing about I cannot judge. There's also that element, what you call the manager bounce, where a manager comes in and the team performs and then the team dips. It always happens, even in big clubs. But what I can say is, I will not come and try to say that Maresca was bad. In his first season, his task was to get top 4 and probably win the Conference League. He exceeded expectation by winning the FIFA Club World Cup. It was not expected of him to win it, but he won it. So he exceeded expectations. In the second half, he started well. He was good in the month of September. It was good in the month of August, in September, mid-September there. After that international break, the team wasn't winning. We got back to winning ways in October and November. We were well. December is when we had everything fall off the cliff. And once everything fell off the cliff, and remember, we had injuries to Fofana, we had injuries to Dilap, we had injuries to Cole Palmer, we had very key injuries even in the season because of the extended period, because we were playing in the Club World Cup. And it was actually predicted that either Chelsea have injuries initially in the season or they get fatigue in the later stages of the season. And in my opinion, I've always said it is better that you probably have these issues in the first leg, but in the second leg, you are near perfect. So that means you go to try to win. So I think even with the incoming PE teacher, the incoming manager, Liam, let him try to win.
Yeah,
I think these players understand football and they are professional.
It's very much to say that Maresca was bad. I don't say that he was bad. There is some area where I didn't appreciate him. Maresca was taking, how can I say, he was taking time to react. For instance, let's take only the example of today. This young, I don't know if he's young, but he's the coach of the U21. He was reacting when he saw that these things can fall this game. He reacts, but that was not the case with Maresca. Everyone, the fan, everyone could see something, but for Maresca, it was rigid in his idea.
Yeah,
and
like
it was
today,
taking a long time, to change.
Like today, you might have found that we are having that issue with the Estevao. Though I think that Neto should be the one who should have gone off for Santos. That would be my opinion. But anyway, it happened. I do think that to some extent, even the Dilap substitution, Maresca is that manager who can now choose to bring on Dilap in the 75th minute when you have just 15 minutes to play. No. I think this manager was spot on with his substitution, the timing of his substitution. The halftime substitution was good. It was good. It changed the game. In the 60th minute, he brought in Delap. So he gave Delap around 35 minutes to come on and try to change something. That is the only time, because you're going to give this player like 5 to 10 minutes to adapt to the tempo of the game, then to pick from the game. But what Maresca will do is that he will even bring on Delap in the 75th minute. Then you ask yourself, what do you expect him to do in 15 minutes or in 10 minutes? You see? So to some extent, I do agree with you. He was delaying his substitutions. But again, Cole Palmer. Oh my God. He's really rusty. I didn't expect
Rodri to... I've heard he's playing with injections, though. And he's forcing himself to play.
Maybe you believe that he is injured.
No, I heard he's playing with injections and he's forcing himself to play.
Why is he forcing himself to play? If he's not fit, he shouldn't play.
I think Maresca was asking him. I'm not too sure. But I do think he's taking injections, from what I've heard.
No, if he's not ready to play, let him not play. He's affecting the team. It's better we are. If I generally think if we have Estevao that time that we had Cole Palmer, I think maybe Estevao even gets an equalizer early, and that goal that was scored by Fernandez might actually be a winner.
But they don't give him enough of the ball. Look how much of the ball Neto got, and look how much of it Estevao got.
Because Estevao is like he's tightly marked out of the game.
And he's young, so they don't really pass him the ball that much. He's not as established.
Hello.
Yes.
Now, there is something which, when we look at that month of December, I don't know whether you recall the Tuco saga. The guy went on, I think we were playing FA Cup, some Welkawia team. Then on his 100th game, after even winning the game, the guy was sacked. So, which you look at, and the replacement was already aligned, and it looks like the plan was already set. I don't know why. I have a feeling that maybe that was the same thing, and really Maresca knew that his last game was the Bournemouth game. Because if you look at even the reaction after the game, if you look at his press conferences prior, I think this guy knew that my time ends at the halfway of the games, and then I won't be anymore. Because the guy didn't
No,
even turn up for the.
no. I beg to disagree with you. Actually, the board had agreed that they were going to give him till the end of the season. It is him who walked away. Actually, that is the information, and David Ornstein is the one who said it. If it is Matlow, then I would say that is club propaganda. But David Ornstein speaks about Arsenal, he speaks about City, he speaks about Liverpool. He's one unbiased journalist. He's one unbiased journalist, and he said that actually between Chelsea, from Chelsea's hierarchy, it was like they were to give him till the end of the season. Then at the end of the season, they would allow him to go. They would give him that because they also never wanted to disrupt the season. But Maresca's reaction of not having that final press conference and getting worked up and even saying that he's going to sit down and assess whether he wants to stay in this job or not, because he subbed off Cole Palmer and the fans booed him and the fans mocked him, and that made him angry because the decision to sub Cole Palmer was not his. The decision to sub Cole Palmer was from the medical department, who told him that Palmer can only play for 60 minutes. And Maresca dragged to play him to close to 70 minutes, and that put a lot of pressure on him, and he had to sub him off. So when he subbed Cole Palmer and Chelsea needed a goal, the fans stand on him. Now the thing is, Maresca did not feel like the club could come and support him and tell the fans that they're actually backing Maresca and they believe he's the long-term guy there. So what Maresca felt is like, I am the one who's being forced to make these subs. I am forced to make these rotations. When I make them, they cost me points. And once they cost me points, I have a problem with the fans. I have a problem with the ownership. So that's why he got so angry about that he even decided to let. He decided to he did not to attend the press conference. Remember the same thing that happened in that Atalanta game? It was rumored that he was not supposed to play Fofana. Then he played Fofana. Then Fofana picked up an injury, an eye injury. And that created a problem because now he was being asked, why did you have to play Fofana? Why are you trying to risk him? You see that kind of thing. And that is why he said he had the worst 48 hours at the club. His main issue was actually arguing with the medical team. So it was not like they had planned to sit down to sack him. If they had planned to sit down to sack him, they would have already talked to a manager. But they decided to get this Strasbourg guy because that is probably the guy they could get directly and hire him. Because nowadays they don't want these old managers. They don't want Conte. They don't want Sarri.
But rumors have it that in the summer, even after the Club World Cup, Egbali was talking to Deserbi.
Yeah, it wasn't rumors, it was the reality. He talked with Deserbi. Even after Maresca won, he talked with Deserbi. It was not rumors. However, Maresca went ahead and because there was a clause in his contract that said if any club tries to talk to him, he must notify Chelsea. So he notified Chelsea that Manchester City and Juventus are talking to him. But he said he has no intentions of leaving Chelsea. In fact, he wants to leave to Chelsea. And in fact, he's ready to sign a new contract with Chelsea. So that did not sit well with Chelsea. It's just the same way maybe you are working somewhere and your contract says that if another company wants to approach you, you are supposed to notify your parent company. So you notify them that this and this company are offering me jobs, but I have no intentions of leaving your company. And in fact, I'm ready to sign a new contract, which is a new, better contract than the one I have. You see? So the Chelsea board, maybe Egbali with his ego was like, no. Maybe that's where the tension started. But generally, it is said that his main issue was with the medical department. I think that was what happened. Mehdi can even confirm. But today we want to talk about that City game. So can I just get your opinion on that Manchester City game? I'll just create a separate live stream for the Maresca game.
Yeah, I think for the game, some of the positives we can pick in, I think Andre Santos has a real statement to make. If you go back to that Burnley game, and then if you look at this game, I think it's high time he gets more minutes because I think he was so instrumental to the second half changing up. He gave Luis James a lot of support and then gave Enzo the license to reach in those positions, which in first half because Enzo had to give support to Luis James, couldn't allow him into those positions. Every time he tried to do that, the midfield was overrun.
Mehdi, Mehdi,
Yeah.
there's an image of Rhys James with McFarlane, and McFarlane has that look, and there's somebody's asking why does he always look like his dog has died.
He does look like that though, I can't lie.
At that moment, I think it was during the second half when he went. I don't know. I think there's a player who was being treated, and then you could just see Rhys James pointing in the pitch, and the other guy was just shaking the head. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Can we get your remarks, please?
On the game.
Your closing
Yeah.
remarks. What you actually expect moving forward?
What I expect moving forward for the manager who's going to come, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. You know, today he was given a blueprint. The 4-3-3 looks really good for us. Because again, I'll go back to that double pivot Maresca played. It really left us exposed. Santos had a good performance. Hato was good. Gusto was good. So let's keep it simple. I mean, when he comes in, let's do a 4-3-3. I don't know. Maybe he'll do a 3-4-3. But let's keep it simple. And I mean, let's not be scared to keep Palmer out of the team and give Estevao more chances because we saw today Palmer is not really at the top of his game. And I mean, I'm happy. Jorgensen looked very good. I was actually really surprised because last time we saw him play, what game was it? He looked like an under 16 goalkeeper. But I mean, today he looked good. You know, even the corners, we defended the corners very well. And prior to that, in Bournemouth, we conceded 2 goals from basically the aerial duels. So I mean, all I'll say for Reservoir, keep it simple. Don't try to invert or and I feel like he'll do well. The players are energized. I mean, the performance from Delap today was inspiring because under Maresca, we really didn't see. Even so, today, I mean, Jorgensen's distribution was amazing. Delap was holding up the play really well. I feel like we have we can build on this performance, but you know how Chelsea is bipolar FC.
Honestly, what I can say is that at this point where we have reached as a club, it's up to the players. It's the players who can decide whether they want to do something in the Champions League, whether they want to do something in the league, whether they want to be in the top four. It's generally up to the players now. They are the ones who actually play on the pitch. But when you ask me about the management, I cannot say that the other guy is a bad manager. But what I can say is it's up to the players. It's squarely up to the players. If they want to win the Carabao Cup, they can do it. Like in that first half, I was like, oh my god, this looks like Sunday League. You see, so
Yeah,
it's just up to them. It's just up to them. I'm not going to come here and say, oh, the manager is doing this. I just think it's them. I think they're just mature enough now. I think they understand football. I think even it's really good to see what Rhys James has become. It's really good to see what Rhys James has become. Really good to see.
and also
Because
just to
you
add,
imagine.
and I mean also just to add, the players like we should, you know, the saying that just let them play football. Sometimes I feel like Maresca did too much micromanaging, and you would see players getting confused on the pitch. But I mean, today you can see everyone look comfortable. Like I mean, Badiashile and Chaloba kept Haaland quiet. They didn't really penetrate our backline like that. And This is what happens when players are just naturally playing football instead of being micromanaged, like, with the Gusto in the number 10 position. Keep it simple, and I feel like we'll do good.
Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, I think that is great. Isaac, your final remarks?
I think it's a good draw, and this draw can bring more motivation to the players. As you said, this show also that those guys have grown and they understand what they have to do. It's not. I think in the past we have the games like this with Manchester City, but it was not easy for us to score after they score before. But this time they did it, and they should take it as a reference when we played other team.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you've really highlighted one thing: the mentality. The mentality has shifted. It's clear that there's a shift in mentality. Maybe,
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you,
Shout out to Benoit. Shout out to Santos. I think they were excellent. I think it's a good point. It's a good stepping stone, but let's take it one step at a time. Try and get the 3 points against Fulham. Hopefully, the manager plays players, tries to get the best out of their players because we don't know how long he's gonna last. So at this point, it's better to build a system around the players in order to maximize output. And yeah, one step at a time. And who knows, maybe we'll get top four.
yeah, hopefully. Godfrey, your closing remarks.
Yeah, just like the other ones have said, I think it is high time. I don't know if we could have that stability and we have a team that can play unchanged for something like 3-4 games because we really have the players that can do it. But if we can get that consistency and the team plays 5 games and it's really finding it's really, and hopefully we can do the t-shirt thing, get some basic plan, we just execute the basics right and we continue going forward.
Thank you very much. Your. Oh, no! I'm not sleeping, Emmanuel. I'm not sleeping, Emmanuel. Your your contact is the one that Godfrey.
Yo.
Your contact is the one that starts with 50. I was supposed to add you on
Okay.
the WhatsApp. Write for me on the private chat. Write for me on the private chat. I was supposed to add you. I forgot.
Okay.
Cameron, that's Tetter, bro.
That's not.
That's Tetter you had.
I was loading. I was loading. My mind was like, I was loading. The computer was buffering. The Wi-Fi signal wasn't correct, so it was
Can
affecting
you
the.
carry on?
Yeah. Okay. Oh
You see it?
yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I've seen Isaac has already dropped off. Tomorrow is on Monday, so thank you for joining us, and see you in our next video.
Take care.